Hello, cruise mates. It's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your Cruz Ship Captain, Chartreuse Proxy, ever at your service. Today is Monday, September 25th, the start of the week, everybody, and we are back with something that I took maybe a month off or so for. Crit Serve Delicious Mondays once again. Yup, we're back to it, everybody. Surprising me as well, honestly. But, well, there's a few unfinished things that I need to take care of with this game here. First and foremost, the last time that I did play was when I finished up the entire campaign, all gold medals, all 387 days, finished to a T. However, the problem with this is that even though if I did finish it up, like even if I did finish up what's his face, the entire campaign like this and get 100% in-game, that amounted to just like one achievement, for instance. That is just one small achievement on my Steam board, as opposed to all the other achievements that I still have not gotten. I may have gold medals all completely here, but it's not all Steam achievements. And I'm trying to pull it up on my screen right now if I can find window capture. There you go. Or, hold on. Let me zoom in a little bit more. That's the wrong button, but you know what? It's alright. I'm trying to move my stuff around. Hello? Thank you, Discord. As you can see, I still have a good amount of Steam achievements that are still grayed out because because these ones require perfect days on with like certain requirements, like point requirements and whatever on certain stuff. So I'm just gonna be going through them, honestly, figuring them out and, well, seeing what I can do, you know? Just seeing what's doable, what's possible, what really I need to finish up with this game. So we'll just hit them one by one. The main thing is that I am missing a total of about 26 achievements, which means I could continue on with Crit Serve Delicious for, honestly, yet another month or so. If I keep doing these, I was supposed to say monthly, these, like, one day a week, weekly streams or so. I'll have to see how it goes. I mean, it's not a problem now. I very much so love Crit Serve Delicious. It just comes to, well, let's see how long I'm keeping this up now. As such, even though I teased it last week, Teamfight Manager is probably going to take up my Wednesday or Thursday slot, depending on how things go, and we'll just keep going onwards from there, you know? We'll just keep going on, figuring things out, and, well, yeah. I get a Titanfall 3? Dude, I wish we could get a Titanfall 3, because that'd be really, really nice, but it's just, we'll see if Respawn wants to do anything with that, yeah? But for now, let me pull up my Steam charts. First thing first. Get a perfect day in Boise, Idaho. Route B, day 3 using 18 points or more. Well, Route B, day 3. Oh, Route B, day 3 using 18 points or more? Well, alright then. Now, the thing with these challenge menus is, of course, like, with how exactly they are worded, you're going to have to probably, like, just do the hardest foods on each menu slice. Like, literally so. So if I look over here, chicken, seafood, for instance, are here. That's going to be 3, 6, 9 points. That would take me up to 10. I need 18 points on this day, right? An 18-point menu or above. So, what are you talking about? So anyway, I can just go up here. That is 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. 12, 14. I'm great at counting. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then this would take me 17, 18. Well, let's hope my typing skills aren't that rusty now. We're just gonna keep playing it by ear, you know? Let's see how it goes. Especially so with the fact that it's just gonna be Crit Serve Delicious for my Mondays, I'll be able to talk to you guys a little bit more, because hopefully the content, the content that I have to do, the days that I have to go through here, aren't going to be as stressful as it was on the Iron Chef Speedway, to where I can actually take it a little bit easier and not have to tear my hair out every 5 seconds because I keep messing up the same gosh darn orders. Now, granted, I say that as I'm immediately, I hit breast instead of dunk. As well,
Alright, let's
that
get
I think
moving.
proves my point right there. As I immediately messed up one of the orders on what should be one of the easier days, considering this is this is literally out or route B. It's like literally the 7th day that you do of playing the entire darn game, Cruzy. You don't have to play super fast now. Just take it easy, enjoy yourself. Credit 15 points to me. I have 3 extra points from the holding stations, dude. Don't you see that whenever I set up my stuff, the extra holding stations, because the default holding stations is only, I think, up to 7. So the fact that I have the extra stations going 8, 9, 10, as you can see right there, it means I'm earning those extra points towards it. I mean, I'll see if my achievement doesn't pop up in that case then, but I'm definitely not at 15 points. That's 15 from the food alone, and then that would be additional, and then that would be 3 more from the amount of holding stations I have. Because how else am I supposed to do some of the later day stuff? Or how else did I cheat some of the later day stuff, like in the Iron Chef Speedway? Exactly so, I just booted up my holding stations as much as possible. But yeah, I'm gonna be able, main point that comes out of this again is that I'm going to be able to talk to y'all about what's been going on with my life a little bit easier without having to tear my hair out, hopefully. I can autopilot and, auto-complete most of these menu options, hopefully, without having to pay too much mind. Or at the very least, find a bunch of auto-serve menu items that I can just kind of be like, alright, I'll just press control 15 times over for and not have to think about ever again. But, I'm probably, after this week, so when October starts, I'm going to have family starting to come over to my house. Staying for a little vacation or so, or coming by for special occasions, like my sister coming over for her birthday. Randy's coming over for her birthday. So because of that, I'm going to probably have to start cutting back my streams, which isn't the worst thing ever, because on my YouTube side of things, my offline content's popping off pretty well. And by pretty well, I just mean only my Omega Strikers content, because my Titanfall stuff really isn't doing as much, but I'm having fun playing it just offline anyway, so it's not like it's a pain to record those, and neither to Omega Strikers too, because otherwise, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be recording it. But then again, I am a business student, and I'd rather sell my soul out for a few extra clicks and views. Smile. But Omega Strikers is the only one that's consistently breaking higher than, 20 views, honestly. Now, granted, I only have technically 3 series, which is Omega Strikers, Titanfall. These are the ones that I'm going out of my way to really consistently put out content for. Omega Strikers, because after I made my Captivating, an in-depth guide on how to play Rasmus, I will never not introduce it as just my Rasmus guide. That is Captivating, my in-depth guide on how to play Rasmus. I've gotten a pretty stable fan base of daily viewers who come by to watch my offline recorded videos, which I have scheduled going out noon every day. I've already recorded up to Friday for this week, and I'm probably just gonna try to use my Twitch clips from tomorrow. Hopefully I can get some good games and start kind of highlights, because I know not everybody's able to watch those, watch the entire stream. So if I can pick out a really good game that I have fun with on stream, then 1, it's I'm getting to reuse content without feeling guilty about it. 2, it gets people to be like, oh yeah, Cruzy streams, maybe I should be able to catch one of those hopefully another time. So it's advertising my stream out. And then 3, this is piggybacking off of the reused content, but it's that's what, at the very least 10 minutes to at max 20 minutes of a Mega Strikers match that I don't have to be spending recording offline, and I could just be playing another game offline or doing other stuff while 3D printing. Yeah, that's a win-win-win for me altogether, honestly here. Pickles, good to go. Day complete, that's perfect. Now, do I get my Steam achievement for this? I'm not seeing it pop up.
Was perfect. I couldn't have done it better myself.
Okay,
Well,
I do see now. It does say 15-point menu, so that means I can't cheese it with holding stations. Hi, Allie. So, okay. Well, it was a 15-point menu, Calvin. I thought I would get the extra points from holding stations, but I guess it quite literally means 15 points only. So that means, unfortunately, I'm going to actually have to boot myself up to do the cannoli. Which not the worst thing ever. This menu ain't still, you know, like, bad at all. But I actually have to just do straight foods all the way through. Oh well. I mean, that's not the biggest loss ever. I signed myself up for this anyway. So we'll just, you know, continue playing it by ear. But hope you're doing well, Allie. Medovits. Let me get the cannoli. Oh, that's more Medovits by accident. Yeah. Like, it's funny thinking about things of... At first, I just didn't think I'd want to make too much YouTube content in general. Because, like, just like, the main content that I really, like, ascribe to, like, watching, if you're, like, was either, like, one or two specific Let's Players that I watched, or content creators, exactly so, that I enjoy their commentary for, like Northern Lion, of course. And you're doing great, that's good. And then otherwise, when it comes to like, gameplay stuff, because I'm watching a lot of JRPGs or whatever, like, that's how I've watched my Tales of. Like, how I've watched, like, 90% of Tales of games rather than playing them. It's just no commentary stuff, so like, Master Enix is great for that, for my Fire Emblem love, and then other JRPGs, whatever, stuff like that or so. So, because of that, my palette, whenever it comes to watching YouTube videos and such, it's not as refined or so when it comes to like, oh, who do you watch? It's like, well, I usually just watch no commentary, so that really doesn't mean I'm watching a specific person. I'm just watching whoever pumps out no commentary content, you know? And it made me feel a little awkward when I was first really starting out on that escapade of like, I want to like, if I'm going to be recording offline content or so, I don't necessarily have to have my VTube model because, like, it's offline. That's kind of an antithesis of having a VTube model to be live streaming, showing my face, if it's just going to be offline. Now, granted, I'm not saying that that content doesn't work. I mean, reaction content, of course, pops off. But that's, you know, different mediums, different, you know, like, different forums. And at least to me, that's just not how I like to necessarily make content or so. Now, it's just really, I just have my voiceover, like real-time voiceover as I'm like playing Omega Strikers and such, or playing Titanfall for instance. And granted, I think that I'm also not promoting my own brand if I'm not streaming my face cam in that end or so. But I want my live streaming to be my main source of content. Now, granted, I have made my short form, you know, like memes, or like, you know, like, of course, like my Omega Strikers stuff. I made like my Titanfall things. I made my Apex compilation and such. But there's a few cravats in between a few of them, like how like Apex runs horribly on my computer for whatever reason. I messed things up there. Gotta replay the day. Like Apex and Titanfall just do not cooperate at all when I'm trying to live stream. I'm losing so many frames and it's just not stable. And honestly, I need to reevaluate how much I'm putting out bitrate wise and everything. But it really is super annoying. So I want to be able to stream those games more. I really do enjoy playing those games. But it's not a good viewing experience, and it sucks too, considering how much of a viewer base I've gotten in the past for those, because of what's like, you know, a computer charge. My computer is not the most up to date at all, and also how unoptimized the games are, even for my drivers and such. That fact is, even if I did play it out, well, guess what? I'm streaming to like 10 frames a second. Like I can play it fine, just like if I'm just like recording in an OBS, but then you can literally check my. Now, you can really check my YouTube VOD and see that it's stable if I'm not in combat, but as soon as I move anywhere forwards, it's actually going at like 5 frames a second. Titanfall surprises me? No, it's just first-person shooters in general, unfortunately. Like, it really just takes a chunk in my computer, and, well, I really can't say anything more than that. Just chuds. It's just not optimized at all. And because of that, like, it makes me really, really sad. Like, I can link it to you right now, Allie, and I can show you how bad the stream itself ran when we played all together. And, like, I'm crap at Titanfall, and I'd love to keep playing more of that stuff, like, on stream. Are you kidding me? It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite shooter of all time. That might go to my COD era, though, Black Ops 2, because that was just the exact, like, my exact childhood, like, 90% of it all the time. Potato pickles top. Vanilla, chocolate chips, sugar, powdered sugar, but it's right. Oh, it's face. It really sucks too, because it's like, it's not like, even with just VTube, like literally, all that I have is OBS open, VTube Studio on Steam, And sometimes I even go just to an older version of VTube Studio because of how badly it chuds, even if I'm running another game, and then whatever game I have. So crits are delicious. I mean, I guess I have no board here to showcase my key presses. And I just looked over at OBS and I dropped 10% of my frames right there. It went to a red square with 0 kilobytes per second, even though my bitrate's already only at, crying out loud, 2,000. The stream, the average of a Twitch stream for like 720p is supposed to be 4,000. I pressed calamari by accident. Darn it.
Let's have some fun.
Howdy, I see we are, okay, not quite sure what we're doing. TLDR, we are a chef on a food truck, preparing food that you have to prepare via typing game. Every single ingredient corresponds to a key press. You can see I have my keyboard to the bottom right of the game screen here. And whatever the ingredient is, I just have to press it out. I'm cooking seafood for somebody, or rather, this is fried fresh seafood. They want 2 clams, so that's 2 L's. 1 calamari, that's 1 C, and 1 hush puppies, that's an H before I press D to done it. And every single food has its own unique recipes, has its own presses and everything like that, and you just have to, it's all about fast typing. Fast typing, being on the ball with like recognizing, okay, I'm preparing onigiri. I know how to, I know that recipe, RISHN. Just, you know, it's a typing game. What more can you really say? But for me, I've been playing this game series for like almost all my life, so a good amount of the recipes are second nature to me, so I can just go ahead, talk, type away, and just enjoy the stream that I have with y'all. I wonder why? I mean, like, I literally have nothing else going on. I don't have Discord open. It's just like my OBS, my game, and then like my no board, which once again, I'm just showcasing my key presses, because that's kind of crucial if you're going to be live streaming a typing game, everybody. And like my computer just like, dude, it just sucks. I say that, and I love you, computer, but like you are an older one. I've had you ever since.
I knew you could do it.
High school, just about, or so. It's like senior year high school or so. So you're not the oldest, and I have been upgrading your parts every now and then, like your memory, your CPU, and whatever stuff like that or so. But part of it can go down to my internet speed not being the best, but you know, it's just older software and everything like that or so too. My computer's just not built to snuff to stream everything. Like it functions well enough to play the games offline, but to stream it at, you know, like a high enough bitrate, and once again, I'm streaming at 2,000. That is half the average, guys. Like, it's suboptimal, but I made things work. At the very least, a good amount of like my other games that I'm playing, like Teamfight Marriage or Mega Strikers, are pretty lowbrow in terms of like intensive load. Thank goodness. And when it like, it's not like I can't run games offline, which is the biggest thing I can very much so think about it. It's just that like trying to stream things, I can play them fine without any lag on my side or like any stuttering frame issues or so. Just playing it. But on the stream side, it looks like I'm chugging and I'm actually a hacker from the 16th century. Orange rinds, caramel powdered sugar, spicy pickles, it's 7. Spicy Otis bacon tomato pickles, good. Number 10, spicy Otis bacon tomato pickles, 8. Chicken Otis tomato pickles, I need 9. Caramel vanilla yummies, caramel sugar, 4. Caramel chocolate, chocolate chip, sugars. Get these going out. Cannoli vanilla chocolate chips, chocolate sugar. I need spicy Otis bacon. 5. Cannoli vanilla gummies, caramel sugar. 7. Chicken pickles. Cannoli vanilla, chocolate sugar. Cannoli vanilla. Cherries, chocolate sugared. 8. Chicken Otis tomato pickles. We're fine. Chalk. Pink. Pistachios shot. So I've got something that I just need to ask around here. So my family usually does grocery shoppings on Mondays, just start of the week. It's just kind of like I just like our usual cycle to see what we need in the fridge and what we need to replace. And so I'm usually it's either if I'm busy with work, then I step out, but if I'm not busy with work, I'll help out with not only getting my own stuff, but I'll take half the list, I'll take I'll take the cart, or I'll just carry things back to the cart and what we need, and it helps speed the process up on whatever else I might see around. We were in near the baking aisle. It's like baking and sauces are right next to each other, and one thing that appalled me when I was passing by is that we're looking for some barbecue sauce, I'm pretty sure. And I looked over and I saw something that I wouldn't say intrigued me. Intrigued is the wrong word because it makes me sound like I'm interested. It was more like morbidly just like watching over it because I saw, and wasn't like a TikTok trend or whatever of like the pink sauce made with like milk or whatever stuff like that, right? That's still on shelves, and I thought that was like a health hazard and was like, you know, not recommended at all, wasn't it? Because I just saw it right there. I didn't bother to even pick it up or so. I just saw it like famous on like Instagram or TikTok or whatever stuff like that. It's like, how is that still on shelves? What the heck? I mean, maybe like they're just trying to like they can give them the benefit of the doubt, and my grocery store was just trying to get rid of like whatever stuff was back there. I just saw 2 cans, or 2 containers rather. They're not cans necessarily, but you know what I mean. Of like 2 sauce containers, 2 sauce bins, cans, whatever crap of that pink sauce. And okay, I should back up a little bit here. For those of you that don't remember it too well, I think it was like an Instagram or like a TikTok thing to where what's his face? To where it's like a dipping sauce of like somebody like it was like a random influencer or something like that or so that made made it super famous of just like somebody like making a video of like, this is like my homemade thing. It's a sauce that's just pink, but everybody went over it for whatever reason. And I just remember that it's like, this is made out of like somebody's home. I think there's a controversy of like it using milk, like, you know, like, and it's like you're home surfacing like you are home surfacing is the wrong word. You're home manufacturing this crap here with milk, and then you're shipping it out. I don't know how well that shelf life's gonna be. I just remember like seeing, I think like, wasn't there FDA concerns or whatever crap off of that? If I remember. I just remember there being FDA worries and stuff, and then they should have gotten canceled off of it or so. You don't know how they got produced commercially? It's produced commercially? I thought it was made for 1 person. I mean, I guess that's how they got on the shelves. It's like, who signed off on this crap? Who signed off on this? That's disgusting. Quite frankly, that is not safe to consume. Anyway, next thing to get here. Perfect day, standard mode, Boise, Idaho. Route C, day 2, using a 21-point menu or above. Boise, Idaho, Route C, day 2, 21-point menu or above. Copy that. What do we have to prepare here today? Lebanese, never minded that. Pho? Sinigang, love it. I mean, seafood bisque is not a problem at all. State smoothies, that is 19 points. I need 21 points. So, if I took off the seafood boil, I don't mind doing hot dogs, and then if I toss the steak, I could instead do a gazpacho. Or Taiwanese, but that's still 21 points at the end is the main thing here. What do I mind the least? Probably just Taiwanese shaved ice. Alright, let's do it. Actually, wait. Am I, like, do I actually have, like... my points might be getting inflated here because of my holding stations. Because if I turn the prep stations off, for instance, that's still a 21-point menu. 4, 8, 12, 15, 18, 21. No, I'm fine. I don't know. I meant more. I don't know how I got sold commercial at grocery stores and stuff. I mean, there's probably like a package deal or so. It's like, we will send you over like the batches over like the next month or so for the contract. You have to put it on your shelves for X amount of days or whatever crap. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know how things work. I'm a business student. That was not my type of business. And quite frankly, I'm so glad I don't have to prepare any type of contracts or pink sauce as part of my job processes or anything like that. But, dude, what? I do not understand how that got sold around. Like, there's a lot of weird internet things that I could always go over. Food business is a whole different thing. Yeah, but I'm just thought like, okay, let's bat things up to the main consumer problem here, which is how did people think it was a good idea. Be like, yeah, I'll just buy paint sauce from my favorite influencer. I mean, there's a difference between what is like good influencer stuff or like bad influencer stuff that I could be like, yeah, this is my favorite producer, my favorite content content creator. I was about to say content producer. Say no, there's another word for that. It's like, it's a whole different ballpark from saying, yeah, this is my favorite content creator, so I can, so I'll totally buy something for them. Like, the biggest obvious examples is like GamerStops with like how much they sponsor people. Like, I'll use the biggest example right here of, what am I trying to say? Russian Badger. Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000. Yes, that's an actual product that is supporting Russian Badger. That is his, that is his own GamerStops flavor, and I've heard it's not bad at all, honestly. But like, what other, like, unless it wasn't GamerStops, nobody else would ever sign off on making Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000. And yet, that's GamerStops, which is totally fine, honestly. As I totally fine as brands, they already stood by themselves. They already stood by as like a fine enough product, at least right from what I've heard, like word of mouth, by themselves before they really started branching out to content creators and like other people, stuff like that or so. Like to just like make flavors, and that's fine. I know, like, okay, yeah, Mr. Beast Burger, Mr. Beast Bar, or whatever is a thing too. Yeah, going off of like what you said there, Aoi. And granted, it's like Mr. Beast has the notoriety and venture capitalism to really invest into his own stuff or so. But I feel like that's the difference between like Mr. Beast actually committing to opening his own food trucks, his own restaurants, and whatever stuff like that, versus what I know, and it could be spreading misinformation online about how the paint sauce started off as, oh, you can buy it straight from insert influencer figure that I don't know here because I don't use Instagram or TikTok or whatever, or like wherever it originated from. You'll get this paint sauce that I synthesize in my own home using milk before I ship it out to you. What? What? No, milk's gonna go bad in the mail or like however it's preserved. Well, the point is you really can't preserve it that well, I feel. What? It's the internet. I shouldn't be judging too much off of like what some people will do with their money on the internet. I mean, in Gale Force Alley, we just talked about people like dropping $1,000 on like 200 sub bombs in Twitch from one of our friends V that mentioned what it was going on there. But like, holy crap! It's not getting scammed. It's somebody getting poisoned. You're asking for a health and safety violation in the workplace by consuming that stuff.
That was the most delicious food I've seen. Wow.
Alright, just take a sip of my water right there. Always use a company. I mean, it's like, of course, there's gonna be outliers. There could be really good companies, there could be really bad, there could be really good independent startups, there could be some really bad. The fact is, like, from the outside looking in, if I heard something that's like, oh yeah, like if I hear, oh yeah, Mr. Beast has Mr. Beast bars, which is his own branded chocolate or so, it's like, I'd probably be like, yeah, I can understand that. He's, you know, like a pretty, you know, like well-known internet face, and I could probably trust that he worked with a bigger company on this, and it wasn't something that he himself made. If I hear, oh, I put chives instead of cilantro only. Oops. If I hear, oh, this random, this paint sauce was made by some random Instagram influencer in their own house, using however old milk in there, I'd be like, what the heck are you guys doing buying this stuff up? Just like, buy OnlyFans instead. Like, buy the OnlyFans instead at that point. At the very least, it's like, that's not gonna go bad. It's just one person's not as reliable, yeah. And like, once again, it's like, health and safety! Health and safety! This was prepared in a factory, or prepared like manufactured or so, to like specifications or so. I can trust that, because at least there's a process to it or so. It's like, oh, this paint sauce is my own secret recipe. Girl, I don't know what kind of things you're putting in that to make that thing pink. The fact that there's milk in there, and the fact that, like, I really do think, like, the FDA or whatever crap like that or so got onto her about it. Like, I'm gonna look this up on Google while we have some monotony. Paint sauce Wikipedia. Ice mold, banana, strawberries. Up. Okay, getting back to this. Pretzel cheese ketchup, pretzel mustard, radish, cilantro, jalapeno, basil, and lime. Premium roast chili, onions, mustard, ketchup. Onions, jalapeno, basil, and lime. Chives, onions, cilantro, jalapeno, basil, and lime. And then finally, premium and cheese. More bouillabaisse, cod clam, muscle potatoes, thyme. Alright, now let's look this up, everybody. Let's look this up. Pink sauce is just secret Coke. Jeez. A pink dipping sauce created by TikTok user Veronica Shaw, better known by her screen name Chef P. That's P with 2 eyes. Well, first and foremost, she didn't even have her own Wikipedia page, so I feel like that's already a minus on her credibility. The fact that she's not notorious enough to have even a fan create a Wikipedia page for to add to her credibility. 2, the fact is that goes for both her names, her real name and her screen name. So once again, another -2 to her credibility on the internet. And 3, dude, I don't even have to scroll down on this article. I already put it up on Wikipedia, and I can already read the entire bulk of it. I just see history, controversy, immediately right afterwards, right there. Oh jeez, what are you feeding these people? Oh no. Yogurt, ice, orange juice, banana, strawberry, raspberry, pineapples, covered up. What's it, number 8? Chili, cheese, onions, mustard. I need to slow down. Onions, mustard, ketchup. Rather, I say I need to slow down. I need to take care of the pressing issues first and refocus back on the exact game that I'm playing at the moment. Number 6, onion, jalapeno, basil, and lime. Chives, onion, jalapeno, basil, and lime. Pretzel relish. Your cheese relish, mustard. Radish, jalapeno, basil, and lime.
Solid.
Chef P? No, it's like Chef P-I-I. Oh, whatever crap or so. This sauce went viral on TikTok in the summer of 2022 with hashtag pink sauce dating over 680 million views? What the heck? It sold out sometime August 3rd, which was mass-produced then. Following a reformation of packaging to the FDA, it's made available in 4,000 Walmarts across the United States. Unfortunately, one of those was mine. And, well, I got to see it firsthand there, didn't I? I'll continue reading the article after these messages. I mean, that's really all the history. That's the funny thing is, that's really all the history tab. Just following that, I just see controversy as the next chapter in the Wikipedia article, dude. Regular cheese rolls ketchup. I need to get regular cheese chili. Number 8, or that's number 10. Regular cheese rolls mustard. 8, regular cheese and chili. Radish, onions, cilantro, basil, and lime. Chives, radish, onions, jalapeno, basil, and lime. Chives, cilantro, basil, and lime. Chives, jalapeno, basil, and lime. Anything else need to prepare? No, I do not. Alright, now let's read the controversy. Food and safety health concerns. Customers learned that the sauces co-varied between batches. Or packaged sauce contained mold, which would be infected by bootism, whatever stuff like that or so. FDA approval, GoFundMe page. Has been untruthful about our current situation at the time. Dude, anytime I see, influencer starts a GoFundMe page, it's just kind of what? Unless it's actually for, medical expenses or so, because how are you gonna fake yourself in a hospital bed? Okay, I say that Photoshop exists and real good fakers exist. Otherwise, I would get so many nefarious ne'er-do-wells on the internet as, respectable, I say in very big air quotes, content creators. Somehow milking their, their viewers for all the money for these donations or whatever crap. But that's always been around. Dude, I am not gonna trust it. Especially, if you think, oh. How do people get away with this stuff? I really would like to know, both to game the system and also to understand what kind of, it's not even just malice, it's just how did people fall upwards? Also, I can't believe I pressed the enter key a little too fast, otherwise I would have been able to put cheese on that hot dog, and I would have cleared this day perfectly. Gosh darn it, dude. Did you win the 18? I have to go back to do the 18, but I'm just here on this day, so I might as well keep doing it. I mean, I'm incensed. Let me keep reading the rest of this.
I love you all.
Oh. Hey, Soul. Thank you for another sub. 30 months. Welcome back as a cruise mate. We're talking about the pink sauce. Remember that controversy on TikTok, whatever. I'm just reading the Wikipedia page on here. I mean, some consumers experienced food poisoning and were hospitalized. Others reported that the product smelled and appeared rotten. I'm talking about it because I saw it in my, when we were grocery shopping today. And I was like, why is this still allowed on shelves? Wasn't this under FDA concern and or food notice? So now I'm just reading the Wikipedia page, because I was doing that in between. On August 21, 2022, MatPat made a video about it on the Food Theorist. Oh my god, dude. When you're getting roasted and slammed by MatPat, of all people, that I feel like that is actually a internet lowlight. To have a theorist video made by FNAF deconstructionalist MatPat himself. That is hilarious. Holy crap. Responses from Chef P. She claims she never weighed the product, so discrepancy between the amount of sauce in the label and the amount was due to guesswork. That's a strike for credibility, if you didn't already believe her before. When asked whether her product was approved by the FDA, she stated it was not a medical product, calling further backlash from commenters who pointed out that the FDA stands for the Food and Drug Administration and is responsible for regulating food, not medicine. In October, she appeared on a talk show to address the controversies on with other TikTokers, blah blah blah. She did not address concerns over the shipment of perishable ingredients. She criticized the talk show host for a commentary on the sauce and accused them of fabricating claims about her product to tear down her business and livelihood. She claimed that she was sabotaged and broke and started a GoFundMe page to raise $100,000, dude. The FDA opened an investigation on August 2 of 2022. They cooperated with Dave's Gourmet to address concerns, and the reformulated product received approval and was made available starting in January 2023. Okay, so that's why it's still on here. And then her GoFundMe page claimed that she was living off of $20 a day. Raised $25,000 out of the $100,000 that was initially requested, but received backlash after it was revealed that she was untruthful about her living situation. No. But consider NyQuil chicken. You see, this is what's wrong with people! Why are you doing this to yourself?
You do
Okay.
the cooking, I'll do
Let
the
me-
driving.
Let me clear my head here before, as I try to cool down, before I go on this tangent here. What is it, Gen Z now? The Zoomer generation? Yeah, Zoomers. That's going to be popular on the internet. I saw something published. It was on the New York Times. It was a credible source that was like, Gen Z is falling for 10 times the internet scams than the boomers are in modern day. And then I just thought to myself, like, I was just kind of skimming it when I was looking at my news beats for work today, and it didn't surprise me, honestly, too much. Like, well, the best way to put yourself into a permanent sleep. Dude. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I say that as I'm immediately going to talk about it, but, like, going back to that. Let me get some water first. I was just like going by my regular news beats as I was combing through things. I just saw that. It's like, okay, well, that's a very saddening fact. But at the same time, too, honestly, I'm not too surprised considering how a good amount of scams or just like, you know, like TikTok trends or whatever that I've seen go around in my lifetime. Now remember, I am messing up this day again, so that's a problem first and foremost. But I am only 23 years old. This Wind Mage is not that far off as a VTuber compared to like some of my friends who are celestial goddesses or embodiments of your imagination or just don't belong in this world. I mean, heck, I don't belong in this world, but I'm just a human. So I guess I can adhere to your human rules and everything like that or so. But I'm 23, and these internet like a lot, like maybe it's because I didn't grow up on social media. Also, maybe it's because my parents didn't grow me up to be an idiot. Thank you guys for growing me up to be a very normal and successful child. Like holy crap, dude. what some of these trends are stupid. And I'm not talking about just like the food trends, but just like common sense stuff. It's trains. I mean, even then, once again, compared to our contemporaries, this is still very much so wildly out there of like what war is, and also compared to just like what these Zoomers are doing just on a day-by-day basis, looking at these trends and being like, yeah, I could do this. It's cool. It's the hip thing to do. When it's like, oh yeah, let's prepare NyQuil chicken. Oh yeah, let's follow the trend of vandalizing public school bathrooms just because TikTok told us to, or like what was it? Like the Kia break-in trend, where it's like people were breaking into the Kia. Like people found like the easy way to like trick Kia cars that to unlock themselves. People were just breaking in and driving away with stuff with whole gosh darn vehicles in the open road when these guys are in middle school or whatever, stuff like that. I forgot about bathroom vandalizations. Right, the worst thing about like this happened when I was like going through high school to college, to where I am now out of college. And when I say this has happened, I mean like the amount of stupid trends. People you remember eating Tide Pods was a stupid internet trend. Licking licking grocery store ice cream was like a TikTok trend or whatever crap like that or so. And just people just kept thinking to themselves, yeah, this is a real good idea. I'll do this. And like it's because it's a funny haha internet you got pranked thing. It's not that I'm gonna suffer any consequences for doing this. No! You're delusional! You're gonna suffer all the consequences for doing this. Are you stupid? Do you wanna die? How brain rotted are some people on the internet to think to themselves, yeah, everybody will immediately know this is something that was just a funny trend on the internet and should not be taken seriously. Dude, you are endangering the health and safety once again, health and safety of people through selling garage-made pink sauce, through licking ice cream that's going to be consumed by somebody else if you aren't caught, through public minor misdemeanors in public bathrooms. Role models on the internet suck, dude. Vandalized bathrooms were around for much longer than you think. Odo is a tradition from my high school. I mean, I feel like it's a difference between understood tradition, boys will be boys or whatever, stuff like that. I was like, yeah, you can kind of expect things to be stupid, versus when news sites are reporting on it, it's like, oh no, influencers with huge following counts not only know that this is the common thing to do, but are actively promoting it, and then it became a huge problem that got sensationalized, and just wasn't this only last year that this happened? Kids have always done stupid stuff. They just have more access to people do stupid stuff than they used to, which causes them to do more stupid stuff and more extreme. Yeah, but I feel that's a failing as well on the parenting side of being able to watch what people do. And I'm not arguing for oh, helicopter parents are justified. That is an entirely different argument here. But what I'm trying to point out is that don't let people be terminally online. It's a failing on both sides of the content creator side. Of really, this is what's getting clicks, so it's inspiring these stupid trends that will only seek to damage the greater society that we all live in, because we live in a society. But also just really, this is what you do? I remember seeing news articles about I think the streamer's name is Sneeko. He's somebody that is really controversial, really and made a lot of bad takes. That's leaning farther right. I had to research from what I've seen, but apparently he went to a fan meet that had 6 or 7-year-old kids who were oh, it's great to meet you or so, and then they said homophobic stuff because and said, oh, I learned it by watching you. That's the cool thing to say or whatever. And then he was shocked apparently of these kids are saying this stuff. Dude, if that's your content, why are you surprised that your young viewer base, I put that smoothie out before it was ready, that your younger viewer base is parroting what you say? Kids and terminal online is a bad combo. I mean, once again, I'm very happy with how things turned out in my life. Of my parents, I didn't get any new iPhone or whatever in middle school or so I didn't get to grow up with that. Instead, I had a flip phone Nokia, which was just really used for making phone calls, and that was it. The old phones were really expected to do. I had no games or anything. It was just text messages and, you know, yeah, okay, I want to type out C. I have to press number 2 that has ABC 3 times. 2, 2, 2 to get through C. I'd have to press it 3 more times. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 if I want to make it a lowercase c instead. Like, dude, it was one of those old Nokias, and it was very much so a bridge. And I used that up until my junior year of high school, to where I finally then got an iPhone 3GS, for crying out loud. Just because, like, you know, okay, I'll be honest here. It was mostly because it was a pain, like how huge the carrier was on my bulk, on my waist. So I was kind of like, look, I want to have a phone I can actually put in my pocket that doesn't stick out like an actual brick. And so my parents actually asked, and also it's time for an upgrade. So because of that, I never grew up with the same social media. And also, even then when I got my phone then, it's like, because I was so non-indoctrinated into social media, I just never then installed TikTok or used Instagram or anything like that. And granted, it did kind of stunt some of my social spheres in terms of being able to stay like connected with people when I wasn't, you know, in person with them. But did that make me any less? I messed things up again. Did that make me any more isolated than my peers or so? No, because I was able to hold healthy relationships, visiting people, like visiting and talking to like my friends before and after classes, and then hanging out with them by making an effort to, by setting up times whatever, without just having to be connected to them on social media 24/7, for crying out loud. You didn't get a smartphone as a junior in high school? Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that that a lot of people that I've been getting to know during my time as VTubing were like, yeah, I was pretty sheltered as a kid, like legitimately sheltered from like social media and the internet, or didn't get to do too much besides start school. And then it's like, yeah, my school life. I'm honestly just like more shocked that I'm finding solidarity in this argument here. But it is so surprising on like how like interconnected some people have grown up to be, and are constantly. Are pretty sure most kids that have done really messed up stuff because their parents refuse to supervise them. I mean, well, that's where you get that term iPhone babies. Exactly so from. It's like, oh, it's like I don't want to take care of my child. I'll just give them my iPad. Let them play games, and then, you know, I won't have to deal with them. Crap, I hit 4 instead of 3. Maybe I need to do a different day, dude.
You do the cooking, I'll do the driving.
And because of that, that's, like, they didn't grow up with their parents, they grew up with their parents' phone. So that's how they connect with the internet the best. And well, yeah, it can give you internet social skills. The fact is, too, those are stupid kids who might not know what they're doing and might spend $1,000 on Fortnite V-Bots without even knowing it. If they're given games like that and their parents' credit cards on there, which, of course, unfortunately continues to happen pretty often. And, or you just get people who, oh, there's lots of avenues that things can go. Maybe it can become more well-adjusted to the internet, and then, you know, it's become some of those internet boomers, I know, like 4chan, whatever, stuff like that or so, and have really bad taste because of all the time that they've been on there and whatever, stuff like that. There's the recent Japanese Sneeko wannabe. Like, dude, this is how disconnected I am. I didn't know about Sneeko because it popped up in the writing room. I was like, yeah, we probably need to report on this, just because, you know, like, he's a big content creator, like it or not, so this is probably headline news noteworthy, like right off a quick article about what's happened to him or so. I think most people close to my age, around my age, had the same experience as me. That's fair enough, and at the very least, that's a good environment that you have to grow up in then. Owie. Okay, like, going back to you saying Japanese Sneeko, Calvin, like, dude, I have no idea. Like, before hearing about this stuff, I had no idea who Sneeko was. Quite frankly, I'm glad that I didn't know that he, who he was. Considering that there's, once again, from the grapevine, the things that he's done, or, like, the content that he promotes. No, that is nowhere near where I want to be at all. Just get that away from me, but also get that away from the internet, and also get your kids away from the internet like this. How are you letting them, if you're a parent, letting them be indoctrinated into seeing this stupid stuff? And like being like, nothing unusual here, he'll grow up to be a fine fine strapping young lad, or fine, wonderful, nice lady. No! They're growing up homophobic and whatever, at least like from what those, like, what, 8, 9-year-olds are parroting from what's at that Sneeko fan meet? Or whatever crap it was. I probably did actually have to fact check myself instead of parroting what I'm paraphrasing and what I saw? Question mark here? To actually get the full scope of things. But like, kids on the internet can be stupid, but the fact is, it still is your responsibility if you are the content creator. Because you're the one directly and outwardly influencing them. I learned by watching you, Dad, but like legitimately so. Like, your impact on the internet very much so can reflect on how some people grow up to be.
No problem, Chef.
And it's like, what am I trying to say here? Okay, let me slow down first. Let me get things all together here. Regular cheese, chili, onions, cilantro, jalapeno, basil, and lime. I messed things up, dude. I need to do a different day. Seeing kids come up to say a bunch of racist, anti-stuff, and desperately trying to tell them not to say that stuff. Oh yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, it's like, it's one thing when you're making all of that content yourself, because you're in your own echo chamber of your own channel, or surrounded by people with similar ideals, or like friends, I say in big parentheses. I'm doing air quotes right now, but you can't see it. Who share similar views to you. I wonder why they hang out with you, or why you choose to hang out with them, because you're all in that same boat, and same opinion boat and everything like that, and that is not a good look on you. But it's like, when you're seeing your actions, when you're seeing those actions and those consequences firsthand, and exactly so, what you're doing to, literally, the next generations. Because it's not your generation that you're only influencing, you're influencing generations past you. That's going to freaking ring on you. Didn't iDubbbz delete a bunch of his content, or private, or delete a bunch of his old content? Granted, I don't know how much he's improved otherwise. I just remember hearing comparisons to this in the writing room, because a similar experience happened to him like this, and he was like, holy crap, I need to change even a little bit for the better, to not destroy what the use of this coming generation is going to have. Moab, Utah, Route E, Day 3, using 25-day point menu or more. Route E, Day 3, 25 points or more. But it's like, dude, just thinking about this is once again making me irrationally mad. Of like, how is it that only after all of this time, even younger and more impressionable people, yeah, that it has to, when it's presented to your face, are you only then, even just the very slightest bit remorseful, or being, or finally then recognizing, oh no, this is really bad. I need to tell them not to do this stuff, because this is gonna reflect bad on their parents, reflect bad on them, reflect bad on me, and even if it's just him trying to save face. And I don't know if he, considering what he's been doing and what I've read up on him, he's probably not going to change too much otherwise, unless I hear more news about him 1000% turning over a new leaf. Dude, you have done irreparable damage to these children who may not understand, and I say may not, who definitely don't understand the greater scope of what they are doing, or what they are parroting and saying. And because of that, that is not a good look. It doesn't make me mad per se. Well, elaborate more, Allie. But you need to recognize that as a content creator, people don't especially with how big somebody of his nature is, you are going to be an inspiration to a lot more people than you recognize. People that don't just watch the content and say, haha, that's pretty funny and cool, and then just move on with their lives or so. No! You are going to make people be like, I want to be like you, because he's so cool, or the way he conducts himself or whatever crap like that is so chill and awesome. That is not it. That is 1000% not it, people. Oh. If it takes you this long to recognize and have yourself be humbled by what you are witnessing, then that is, I'm glad you finally are recognizing it then. At the same time, what are you doing? What are you doing to lead you up to this point, and to only now realize, holy crap, I am damaging the youth of this generation? what? I really think people should be more careful and thoughtful with what content they make. And I think card chasing is a very dangerous trend. I was saying bad stuff to farm views. Well, let me bat things up here. And also, as we're talking about this stuff, one thing that I'm really thinking about right now is maybe not doing these Steam achievements because I maybe it's just because I'm just having a bad day. Shirts are delicious, but holy crap, dude, is this rough? Is this rough right now? I am not doing good at all. I'm gonna keep looking up perfect days or whatever, but I don't want to do some of these menus I'm already recognizing. Let's see here. Good game. Did a perfect day on Moab, Utah. 25-point day or above. G? Day 5, 25-point menu. Tailgate traditions. 25-point menu or above. Well, if I did something like that, that's already going to be a total of 12 points, and I need 21 points. That's going to be a total of 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. I need 23 points, so I wouldn't necessarily have to do towards nachos, but then I'd still have to do like ribs, possibly. I'm also seeing that even though I think I did buttermilk, no I didn't. The Steam achievements didn't necessarily pop, which dude, I'm gonna have to do I'm going to have to do a bunch of these right here. Grand finale. The last day with a 44-point menu or above. That's a 42. If I did want to do that, for instance, and that's not counting all the days in between. Thinking about things here. That's 41. I'm gonna have to have 5s on almost everything then, dude. You kidding me? Which means I'd have to do tamales, I have to do king potato and poutine. Oh my god, dude, I don't want to do that crap. I really don't want to do that crap, dude. Are you kidding me? I don't want to do that. Oh my god. Okay. What I'm thinking right now... Okay, let me get my thought process out here. I really don't think I want to commit myself to that, because at first I was like so gung-ho about it, also with some amping up complaining about wanting to do this. But now I'm like, maybe I'll just cut it quits, since I already did the perfect days and I can be happy enough with that. I'm thinking about my schedule for this week. And the key thing here is that, what's his face? I might have to cancel Toho Last Prince of Legend on Friday, because my mom has a dance recital coming up. And we're gonna attend that, and that's in the evening. Now, there was a huge major overhaul with the achievements, so I think that I'm gonna switch off to Toho Last Prince of Legend, and do maybe 1 or 2 runs on that tonight then. It's my stream, I don't have to commit to Crit Serve Delicious, smile. So, let me be right back. Oh. So, when I debooted the game, I see now that I got Simply Fried. So, okay, it does, what's his face? It does log it after you take the game down, or, like, close the game. So, actually, I could do holding stations only, but even then, I feel like that's a lot more issues that I don't want to deal with. So, let's just pivot instead. Lost Branch of Legend. Followed by... Achievement... Let's get achievements! Woo! New title, new stream, let's do this thing.